Hello, this is Starscream 760, and today I'm going to be doing a fleet review in Naval Craft, or at least a part 1, so to speak. I'm actually first going to start with the build that I had done, and that is the Moskva. Russian translation is Moscow. It was a battle cruiser that was never built, intended for the Soviet Union. She has a top speed of approximately 30-some miles, almost 38 miles an hour, knots, which would equate to about 40 miles an hour. And she is one of the crown jewels of my fleet that I had built from scratch. I actually just finished her yesterday and built her. We're then going down to Bismarck, which I had bought from the shop. I did some slight modifications with the mainmast right here, and with some of the anti-aircraft positionings. It truly is one of the beasts of my fleet. Right here we've got the Fletcher, also bought from the shop. Relatively good destroyer. I think there's nothing really bad about this destroyer. I mean, except for the fire rate could be just a wee bit more. And we're actually going to go back here to Aquarius, which I had built from scratch. It's capable of, right now it's got 2 X-47s, 2 SH-60s, 1 V-22, a Hawkeye, a Raptor, and we've got a Hornet as well. I'm going to now go over to Washington, courtesy of Naval Craft Builds tutorial. Really good battleship altogether, although compared to my other battleships that I put it into tests with, battleships like Friedrich would score better. Speaking of Friedrich. Friedrich the Argrosa is a H-43 class battleship I had built from scratch. Really maneuverable for its length, and really well armored. I'm really happy about its results. She was never built, but let's just say if this German menace was built, that World War II may have lasted for another 2 years. The key differences between that and Bismarck are obviously the dual funnels. She had more anti-aircraft guns, and she had more secondaries than Bismarck did. Oddly enough, though, after looking it up, ships named like Friedrich der Grosse would not have been a name for these kind of ships. Neither was Hindenburg. So on to Mikhail Kutuzov. Hang on, wait. Let me put this thing at a stop. A Sverdlov class cruiser. Built by the Russians, a light cruiser. Really impressive anti-aircraft armaments. All these triples actually make up a lot better instead of being dual, which is why I like it a little bit better than all my other cruisers that I built. And now we've got a destroyer that I built from scratch, the HMS London. Kind of like a super destroyer, in fact, because of the anti-aircraft that it's got. 4 QF pounders, which oddly enough, the one thing that I don't necessarily like about the pounders is the fact that it actually only fires 4 instead of 8. But with the iPhone 6 that I now have, it tends to make up for it. So I digress. If I were to pick a ship that would be my favorite, it's a tie between Moskva and Friedrich der Grosse, strictly because of their combat capabilities. And to prove Friedrich's capabilities, Yeah, let's just put it again. Let's just put Frederick against Washington in the test. Alright, ships. 10 clicks is good enough. Not as heavily armored as ships like Washington are. Ooh, that was a good hit. But yeah, she's not as heavily armored as they are, but she packs a little bit more of a punch than they do. And she's a lot more maneuverable. And I think I just proved it right there. Turret Bruno has been destroyed. I lost a couple of anti-aircraft guns. I lost a secondary turret here, but for the most part, Frederick remains intact. I still don't understand, like, the part about my shipbuilding is that I tend to have a little bit more of a list than people in Naval Craft builds do, but yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess that's what I get for not, like, making it, like, entirely what a German battleship should be like, though. The only thing that's a little bit more German-like about it is the bilge keel that I put here a little bit to represent the, torpedo blister, which isn't even that armored, oddly enough, which I gotta correct. But yeah, I'm gonna be coming out with more War Thunder videos soon because I found a screen recorder, and now that I have my job, I'm actually going to be able to pay for the screen recorder. So, yay! In the meantime, ich bin Starscream 7680 und I will see you next time.